You don't get rich because of what you know. You get rich because of how you connect. The truth is, your income is directly tied to your social skills. Not your IQ, not your hard work, not even your talent. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact social skills that open doors, attract opportunities, and quietly build wealth, so you're not left wondering why others are moving ahead faster than you. Let's dive right in.
You know, immense wealth isn't always built on some super complex business model or genius level IQ. A lot of the time, it's actually built on something way more fundamental: social mastery. In this explainer, we're going to break down the social skills that can seriously make you rich. It's something we've all probably thought about, right? You look at these incredibly successful people and you start to realize it's not just about what they know, it's about who they know and maybe more importantly, how they interact with them. The real secret isn't in some textbook, it's in the way they communicate, connect, and influence the people around them. Now, this is a total game changer once you let it sink in. Every single dollar, every single cent you will ever earn has to come from another person. And once you really truly accept that, you realize that social skills aren't soft skills at all. No way. They are the absolute core engine of all wealth creation. So here's the bottom line. Your ability to build relationships, to earn trust, to communicate your value, that is directly tied to your financial ceiling. Look, technical skills might get you in the door, sure, but it's the social skills that are going to get you the keys to the entire building. So how do we actually get there? Well, we're going to break down this whole path to social mastery into 4 key stages. We're going to start with the absolute foundation, earning respect. Then we'll move into building real connections, then creating value, and finally, scaling your impact through leadership. Let's dive in. All right, part 1. And everything starts right here. Before you can even think about influencing anyone else, you have to first communicate your own worth. And this isn't about being arrogant, not at all. It's about setting the baseline for every single interaction you're going to have. This might be the most overlooked social skill out there, but it is by far the most important. In every single interaction, there's this subtle negotiation over respect happening under the surface. Just think about being in a meeting where your idea gets casually dismissed. How you respond right there, in that moment, sets the precedent for everything that follows. Standing up for yourself sends a crystal clear signal that you value your own contribution, and that is the absolute prerequisite for anyone else to value it too. And this slide just nails it. This is a key filtering mechanism in high-level circles. When someone dismisses your opinion and you just let it slide, you're basically teaching them that it's okay to do that. But high achievers, they calmly and early on establish boundaries. They're not being dramatic or causing a scene. They're just demonstrating self-respect, which is basically the price of admission for earning respect from others. Okay, so once you've got that foundation of self-respect locked down, the next step is to start building outwards. And this is not about collecting contacts like they're trading cards. This is about forging authentic, real relationships that create genuine opportunities. Let's be honest, most of us see small talk as this shallow, awkward chore, but that completely misunderstands its purpose. It's not about the weather. It's a social ritual, and its whole job is to signal that you're safe and trustworthy. Your only goal, really, is to find that one little point of common ground, because as soon as you bridge that gap, trust starts to form. And that's when the real conversations and the real opportunities can finally begin. Now let's talk about networking, because this builds right on top of that. Most people think networking is a numbers game, right? Handing out business cards, adding strangers on LinkedIn. But true networking is all about quality, not quantity. The real skill is building mutually beneficial relationships. And you know what? Often, the most powerful thing you can do is connect 2 other people who can help each other out. And the long-term payoff for this approach is just immense. When you consistently connect people and provide value, you build this incredible reputation. Your name becomes synonymous with opportunity. I'm telling you, being the person who can solve a problem with a single introduction, that is one of the most respected positions you can possibly hold in any industry. So, you've earned respect, you're building real connections. What's next? Well, the next step is turning all that social capital into tangible value. This section is all about the skills that let you articulate, communicate, and capture your own worth. A lot of people see negotiation as a battle, but that is totally the wrong way to look at it. Great negotiation is actually a collaborative process. It's about clearly understanding what you bring to the table and then putting a number on that value. When you can confidently say, I know what I'm worth, and I trust that you see it too, you just replace all that tension with mutual respect. And that's how you get to the best possible outcome for everyone involved.
Okay, next up is selling. And please forget that pushy salesman stereotype. Great selling is one of the highest forms of communication there is. It's the art of helping someone realize they have a problem that's worth solving and then guiding them through this series of beliefs that the problem can be solved, that it's worth solving now, and that you are the person to help them solve it. It's empathy and persuasion, all rolled into one.
Now, when you hear public speaking, don't just think of some big stage at a microphone. This skill is really about the ability to captivate people with an idea, whether you're in a boardroom, a one-on-one meeting, or, maybe on a global stage. The world doesn't move for ideas, it moves for people who can make others believe in those ideas. This skill, maybe more than any other, will determine your potential for huge success. And finally, let's talk about leadership. See, the wealthiest people, they don't just rely on their own efforts. They know how to multiply their impact by working with and through other people. This is all about scaling everything you've learned so far. Look, conflict is going to happen when you work with talented people. It's inevitable. The goal isn't to get everyone to agree on everything. That's impossible. As this principle from Jeff Bezos shows, the real goal is to get everyone to align on the goal. You debate, you argue your case, but once a decision is made, everyone commits to it, 100%, even if they disagreed. That's how you solve conflicts and keep moving forward. And that leads directly into this idea of true collaboration. It's so much more than just tolerating your colleagues. It's about setting your ego aside. Forget about who gets the credit or whose idea was better. Truly successful people focus all their energy on one single thing, making the team win. And when you get a whole room full of people with that exact mindset, the extraordinary starts to become possible. This slide shows the huge difference in how real leaders think about delegation. I mean, the basic approach is just handing out tasks to get a project done. But the leadership view, well, that's rooted in emotional intelligence. It's about deeply understanding people's unique strengths and motivations so you can match the right person to the right task. That's how you get exceptional results, not just completed one. So to bring it all home, the path to social mastery is actually a really clear progression. It starts with building that solid foundation of self-respect. From there, you go out and forge authentic connections. Then, you learn to create and communicate your value to influence others. And finally, you scale your impact through true leadership. Look, this isn't just theory, it's a practical framework for your own growth. Each of these skills builds on the last, and together they create this powerful engine for success. So the only real question that matters now is, which skill will you decide to master first?